Hello, dearest Heart to Heart members. I am so happy to have you here in this space this month for our project of art inspired by Halloween, Samhain, and Day of the Dead festivities. This is an incredibly special time of year. We start to reflect more on our inward state, more on the shadow side, and perhaps people that we've lost in our lives. And one way of doing this is to create art based around it. So I've created a Pinterest board with lots of different inspirations, and I'm going to guide you through a project that I've created which uses images from Day of the Dead to remember someone you've lost. And you can do this in a number of ways. I had a friend a few years ago who invited me to a dinner, who invited everybody to bring food for somebody they have lost, and we had a celebration feast in that way. Today I'm wearing the earrings that belong to my grandmother, and the art that I'm going to create is going to be a celebration of her life and the times I spent with her. So let's get started. So this is an image of the final piece before I put the objects inside, and what I've done is to create like a series of memories, that's things like I'm deeply grateful for, make little objects that remind me of my grandmother. I've even got a piece of ginger in there, and I'm going to guide you through this project. There are many different ways to do this, and I've created a few different examples on the Pinterest board which you can see when you go to my website. And so I've created a few different examples of how people have created sugar skulls. I have also created a downloadable PDF which actually has the measurements and the things that I use, so you can use that as a template to cut out. The things you'll need are felt, or you can use any fabric you want, embroidery thread or different colored threads. You can also make this out of paper. You also need paper to write memories on and things you're grateful for, and a collection of different objects. You might include pictures, collage, little objects that belong to that person. You might want to let go of them, so just anything that resonates or gives you that symbology. You can start by drawing the template of the skull, and you do that twice. Then cut it out, so you have two pieces which are identical. Then cut out the pieces of the eyes, two circles, flowers, cut those out, and cut out the nose and the mouth. You then want to cut out the small teeth and the centers of the flowers. At this point, you might also start to look for inspiration. You might go on Google, you might go on Pinterest, and look at the different designs and patterns that you might want to use. Then use blanket stitch. I also have a link on my website which teaches you how to do this stitch. And I've done this for the eyes, the nose, and for the mouth I just did a general stitch. This is it a little further on using colored threads. And again, beginning to use my own details and ways of doing things and attaching those with embroidery thread. I then started to do swirls and really start to add my own design and think about maybe what my gran would like if she was here, able to kind of tell me, and I felt like I was co-creating this project with her. The next part is to create some messages. So I have "You inspire me to," "I am deeply grateful for," "I remember," and this is really a celebration of that person's life, a real sense of remembering the happy memories, the things that they brought to you, and the way you're still carrying them with you now. So this is the collection of objects. I made a small book which symbolizes the diary my grandmother wrote in. She was a huge fan of ginger. You can include dried food that's not going to go off. She loved to garden. She also had like a charm bracelet, and I've just included all these things. To put them in, you may need to roll them up, as you can see that I did here. And this is an image of all of the objects inside before I sewed it up. And this is a great way of having gratitude for everything that person brought to your life. So this is the finished project, and you may choose to do this in a different way. You may choose to focus on your shadows and putting in things inside that help you love that part of yourself. And then this is the back. So if you have any questions, if you are stuck, if it brings things up for you, I'm here to help. Please post your questions in the group, send me a private message, or whatever feels right to you. I'm here to support you as we move through this month of remembering the people we've lost and working with our shadow. I can't wait to see what you create.